Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video doing JMA Friday for today's video. So as was on Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with Japanese and CFS V2 models. I shall get on that for you very shortly. Just say it's been a busy old day at GavsWeatherVids today. So we started off with our 7 AM forecast. We did the ECMWF 42-day forecast as well. So it's a bit of a long range day today. Actually, JMA Friday for you now, and we've got a 10 to 14 day coming up later on this afternoon. We'll regular feature. Please like, share, subscribe on all of the videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. I may be live streaming tonight. I'm very, very busy at the moment. I've got another historic video to do for next week while I'm away, and I've also got to do the month ahead forecast for July as well from GavsWeatherVids. So I'm very, very busy. If I've got time, I'll do a live tonight, but just keep an eye on the community tab and see a little bit later on. I'll know what time I've got. But yeah, crazy time. But at least I'm gonna have a few days off next week. I am ready for it, I have to say. Right, okay, so let's do JMA Friday for you. We're going to start off by having a look at the 500 millibar high tolerance from the North Pole and Arctic view down. So this is the, of course, the Arctic Circle just here, the North Pole and the Arctic Circle. They've got mid latitudes around here. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange, and red extrapolate to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are broken down to weekly periods. The first week period is going to take us from the 2nd through to the 9th of July. So the coming week looks quite unsettled, with below average heights, low pressure over and to west of the country, combined with higher pressure up to our north. We're sending a jet stream southwards, so that does look pretty unsettled actually, with low pressure in off the Atlantic, bringing showers, if not some longer spells of rain with that. And yeah, it looks more unsettled than we've had for quite some time in week 1. Week 2 is going to be the 9th through to the 16th of July, above average heights, sort of sitting to our north and northwest, and also to our northeast. There's some high pressure down towards Spain as well. Weaker pressure through here, but not particularly low pressure. I think at this point we are probably seeing a recovery in pressure to some degree. It's beginning to turn dry. It's probably starting to turn warmer as well as we begin to pull the winds in from an east to southeasterly direction. So I imagine that's a warmer, drier sort of week there from the 9th to the 16th. And then go through to weeks 3 and 4, to the 16th to the 30th of July. We look like this. So we have above average heights in the middle of the North Atlantic and away across eastern Europe. There's some below average heights coming through just here, perhaps, or some weaker pressure anyway, coming through just there. So that might be turning a little bit more unsettled once again. Week 3 and 4 is a little bit too difficult to decipher, but due to the position of the two ridges, the two highs, which are across Eastern Europe and in the middle of the North Atlantic, I think that probably is like a slightly more changeable couple of weeks. There might be transitional, something like high pressure weeks 3. I mean, a bit more unsettled, perhaps in week 4, something like that can always be going on. Right, let's have a look at tropical and mid-latitude view, see how that's looking. So, British Isles in the top right-hand corner of the chart as you are looking at it on this view. So, week 1, 500 millibar height anomaly brings low pressure in off the Atlantic into Western Europe. We can't see the Arctic and the North Pole, Scandinavia, all those areas are off the chart up here, but we know we have got some higher pressure sitting to our north. So high pressure in the north and low pressure coming through UK and Western Europe implies quite an unsettled week. The temperature anomaly is still holding up not too bad, especially for northern areas actually, still a little bit above average. But it is a wetter week, especially for England and for Wales, with above average rainfall. So definitely a more changeable week coming up there. Then we get through to week 2, which of course is going to be the 9th through to 16th of July. It looks like this week just sees a general sort of recovery in pressure beginning to take place close to the UK compared to week 1. It's a bit of a cooler week with the temperature anomaly just to our west. We're actually a little bit below average with near normal temperatures elsewhere. The precipitation anomaly goes drier than average, goes drier in week 2. So after an unsettled wet week 1, does go drier into week 2, and then go through to weeks 3 and 4, where we have the above average heights in the middle of the Atlantic and again over eastern parts of Europe in between. Looks like got some weaker pressure coming through just here. So the temperature anomaly for weeks 3 and 4, from the 16th to the 30th of July. Again, average to the west there, perhaps a little bit below average. So the warmest week is like the more unsettled week in the weekend, and then we see the temperature going back close to normal, really, after that, even a little bit below to our west. It is relatively dry, however, with drier than average precipitation. I think it might be being a little bit stingy on the temperatures. I would imagine that actually the temperatures will probably finish up rather warmer than that is showing. So I reckon that could lead to like quite a warmish, dryish sort of July. Right, let's see how the CFS Speed 2 compares. So again, these are 500 millibar heights broken down into weekly periods. The first weekly period will take us from the 2nd to the 8th of July. The coming week will have the below average heights to our west with the above average heights to our north. Jet stream will be coming in something a little bit like that. So again, looks like a more changeable week coming up. Low pressure, especially for more southern, southwestern areas, looks like it's in control in weekend. However, by week 2, the CFS has us back under high pressure. This is the 9th to the 15th of July. Large ridge of high pressure begins to re-strengthen over and to the north and east of country. Winds are going into the east. So that should be mostly dry and hot, I would have thought, if it comes off. Week 3 is going to be the 16th to the 22nd of July. Again, we're under high pressure. We're looking at high and dry, so you will expect another dry and pretty hot week there once again, to be honest. And week 4 sort of rounds it all off, 23rd, 29th of July. By this point, we begin to see the high pressure beginning to slip back towards eastern and northeastern parts of Europe a little bit, but it's still sort of extending the ridge into Western Europe and into the North Atlantic. So I think we're still under high pressure. We might see a bit of a weakening of pressure there, maybe turning a bit more showery. But overall, this looks like an anticyclonic, high-pressure dominated July with the CFS. If it's right, of course, the matter of this is, if that is, as ever, quite a big if. The temperature anomaly for week 1, the 2nd to the 8th of July, is warmer than average, especially for northern areas. And week 2 is also warmer, if not hotter, than average. This is the 9th to the 15th of July, significantly above average temperatures there. Week 3 is going to be the 16th, 22nd of July. That is also a warmer than average week. And then week 4, 23rd to 29th of July, that one also comes out with rather above average temperatures. This is a very warm July coming up if the CFS is right. And finally, precipitation with the CFS, week 1, 2nd, 8th of July, wetter than average through most parts of the country, a little bit drier than average away to our northwest. Week 2 is significantly drier than average, though. This is the 9th to the 15th of July, so properly drier than normal there. Week 3 is the 16th, 22nd of July. That one is also drier than average. And then week 4, we lose the signal, revert to average. It might be starting to turn a little bit more showery, though, in week 4, 23rd to 29th of July. Just a little bit more showery, perhaps. But of course, that's a very long way off, and we usually do lose signal anyway as we get through into the 4th and final week. Right, so, you know, it's a little bit mixed between these two models. I think out of the two, the CFS is the one that's most anticyclonic, clearly. The JMA looks a little bit more changed. But even there, the JMA, I think, suggests quite a lot of dry weather coming up through this July. But CFS comes up, and we're in for a very warm, if not a hot month, actually. You know, with what we're seeing with the CFS, you wouldn't rule out like a 18 Celsius CT. July, to be honest, which is, you know, really up there with the hottest July due to the persistence of the high pressure. The JMA, as I say, not going quite as far as the CFS in terms of this high pressure fest for July, but nevertheless, if you put the JMA, the CFS, and also ECM extended together, it looks like this July can have a lot of warm and dry weather. It's definitely the way that the longer range is going, you know, extended models. How warm and dry it gets, you know, that remains to be seen, but definitely looks like most of the extended range, you know, putting the three together that we've looked at today, most of the extended range looks pretty conducive for a properly warm, dry month. So we shall see how it all plays out, obviously, and it's just a snapshot of what these models are showing. Could all look very different next week. There will not be a JMA Friday next week, because as I say, I'll have a few days off next week, so JMA Friday will return in a couple of weeks' time, and we shall see how things are looking then. Right, we're going to be back later on your 10 to 14 day, but we'll include all the regular features, so come back for that then. For JMA Friday this week, though, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.